In this video, I'll show you a powerful way to generate high-quality videos for free with no limits. We'll go through its features, test how well it works, and even compare it to other tools to see if it's worth using. AI-generated videos are essential for creating engaging content, especially if you run or want to start a faceless YouTube channel. Let's get started. Now, let's head over to chat.qwen AI. The link is in the description. Here, you'll see different AI models, each designed for specific tasks. You can choose the one that suits your needs. They also offer other services, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's quickly sign up using an email. If you prefer a temporary email, you'll find a link for that in the description as well. Here you can see that they also offer image generation, live web search, and artifacts, all completely free with no limits whatsoever as of recording this video. We're going to start with the video generation first, so let's select that. You can see they offer different aspect ratios on how you want the video to look as well. Now, let's enter the prompt. A close-up shot of a person taking a sip of hot coffee on a cold winter day, and generate. The generation is complete, and you can see just how realistic and well-detailed the result is. It even captured the scene from a unique angle, which makes it stand out. I purposely set the aspect ratio to 9:16 to see what it could come up with given the small space. Now, let's test how well it handles animating moving objects. We'll use the prompt, a single drop of water hitting a still pond, creating a series of concentric ripples that seem to stretch on forever. Then, we'll click generate. Now, the generation might take a while. Because it's a free service, there's a lot of traffic, which is no surprise. As you can see, it handled the animation really well. For comparison, here's the same prompt generated by Minimax and another by Qwen AI. Visually, it's clear that Qwen AI understood the prompt better and produced a more accurate end result than Minimax. Now let's give it something more practical, in this case, a female painter painting. To get the best results, always set the quality to the max model before generating. While that's processing, let's take a look at the image generation feature. This is something I wanted to highlight because in my experience, the image generation quality isn't as strong compared to other AI models. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Let's start with the prompt, a skateboarder doing tricks in a city skate park, and generate the image. Now that it's done, let's take a closer look. As you can see, there are several distortions, such as the skater's shadow being incorrect and inconsistencies in the background, especially with the people. These flaws show that the image generation still has room for improvement compared to other AI models. Next, let's test the AI's text generation abilities. I'll use the prompt, a billboard with the text, "Subscribe to Vox Intel" on it, and generate the image. As you can see, it handled image recognition well, accurately placing the text on the billboard. It even got the spelling of Vox Intel exactly as I wrote it in the prompt, which is quite impressive. Now let's try one last prompt. As usual, I'll give it the prompt, low quality Snapchat selfie, and click generate. And, well, this looks okay, but it's not really low quality as specified in the prompt. Let's try again. Just click the reload icon here to regenerate. This time, we'll use the max model for better results. And while the output isn't bad, it's not what I asked in the prompt, so it still refers back to my point that it's not really the best for image generation compared to other image generators. Now let's check back on the female painter, as it should be done generating by now. And as you can see, this is just perfect. The quality is impressive, making it clear that it's significantly better at video generation, and I would recommend use and abuse it for your video generations while it's free. Now, as of right now, web search and AI is not really a new thing anymore. However, where I see this particular AI very handy is in summarizing or getting information from specific sources. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you have a Reddit thread and want a quick summary of all the key points discussed. Instead of reading everything, you can simply copy the link, just like I did here, paste it into Qwen AI, and ask it what you need. In this case, I'll just type summarize and hit enter. And as you can see, it provides a clear summary along with the sources. For example, it mentioned streaming services. And if we check the original Reddit thread, we can see that yes, streaming services was mentioned. This makes it a really useful tool for quickly gathering information from specific sources. Finally, the last feature I want to highlight is this AI's ability to code well. It can generate code and run it directly as well. So let's ask it to create a tic-tac-toe game with an AI that is practically unbeatable. As you can see, it immediately starts writing the code. I have to give them credit for the UI here. It's quite satisfying to look at. Now that it's done, you can see that once it finishes writing the code, it automatically executes it, which is nice. Now, let's test the game and see if we can beat the AI. Okay, so after playing 3 rounds, I don't think the AI can be beaten, which means it executed on the prompt correctly. Now, for comparison, let's give ChatGPT the exact same prompt. While it's generating, let's open an online HTML code editor so we can run the code, since we can't execute it directly in ChatGPT. Okay, it's done. Let's copy the code and paste it into the editor. And now we run it. As you can see, the AI is broken, meaning ChatGPT made some errors in the code. Let's give ChatGPT a chance and tell it to fix the code. Okay, it's done generating the code again, so let's copy this code and paste it and run it. And you can see clearly that still does not work, meaning that ChatGPT still made errors while writing the code. Few people might argue that it's because I'm using the free version of ChatGPT, but keep in mind that I am also using the Plus model of Qwen AI as well, which isn't even the most powerful model, and it still did everything perfectly. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments section. The links to everything I used will be in the description. Also, I forgot to mention, if you ever encounter any errors while trying to create something on Qwen AI, try using a VPN, as that worked for me. I'll include links for that in the description as well. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video. As usual, thanks for watching, and keep grinding.